We all love a good shit talker. Whether it's the brash confidence, the daring swagger, or the sheer audacity, they make the sport more than just a contest of skill. They make it theater. But what's better than watching a cocky, undefeated champion talk his talk? Seeing him get humbled by a quiet underdog. The 2013 bout between Adrien the Problem Broner and Marco Sulcino Maidana was boxing at its finest. Unpredictable, electrifying, and brutally poetic. For me, it wasn't just a fight. It was the moment that cemented my love for the sport. I'll say this, I don't want guys like Broner to change. Keep talking your shit. Without fighters like him, boxing would lose half its drama. Adrien Broner, hailed as the heir to Floyd Mayweather's pound-for-pound throne, was the perfect villain. Prior to the action in the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, Marcos Maidana was the clear outsider with odds makers. And the majority of boxing reporters and fans alike wouldn't have argued much otherwise. Like him or loathe him, the toxic-mouthed talent that is Adrien Broner was not scripted to lose his WBA welterweight title to Marcos Maidana. Known as the Problem, Broner was tipped to solve Argentina's El Chino, not the other way around. And so when just that happened, it was one of the year's most unlikeliest upsets. That night, Maidana wasn't the predictable bull running into the Matador's traps. He was a bull alright, but a smart one, who handed Broner a beating and 2 knockdowns en route to a unanimous decision. Scorecards read 115 to 110, 116 to 109, and 117 to 109. By 2013, he was undefeated, a 3-division champion, and drowning in his own hype. His mouth ran as fast as his hands, and he made sure everyone knew he was the future of boxing. When it was announced in October 2013 that Broner would defend his welterweight title against Marcos Maidana, the world watched. Maidana was no slouch, he had power and grit, but Broner was a 5-1 favorite. He dismissed Maidana as if he were just another stepping stone. Training? Broner claimed he'd barely taken it seriously in his previous fight and promised to make a statement in this one. And boy did he, just not the statement he intended. Had Broner underestimated Maidana? Had he spoken the words easy money in too many microphones? That we'll never know. The Alamo Dome in San Antonio was electric that night. Over 11,000 fans filled the arena, buzzing with anticipation. Adrien Broner, undefeated and oozing arrogance, strutted to the ring like he owned it. His confidence dripped from every step, his swagger unrelenting. During the pre-fight face-off, he couldn't resist mocking his opponent, Marcos Maidana, a move that would soon come back to haunt him. Broner wasn't just ready to win, he was ready to embarrass Maidana, or so he thought. But here's the thing about boxing, cockiness only carries you so far. Broner had a chin, no doubt about that, and plenty of heart to go with it. But Maidana didn't just come to fight, he came to punish. The Argentine slugger looked like he wanted to knock Broner out of his shoes before the first minute was over. And as the opening bell rang, the fight turned into exactly that. A relentless, one-sided assault from Maidana. From the first moment, Maidana attacked like a man possessed. He started with jabs to the body, testing Broner's defenses. Then came the thunder, a monstrous left hook from Maidana that sent shockwaves through the arena. Broner was immediately on the back foot, pressed against the ropes as Maidana swarmed, hammering his opponent with wild, looping shots. Broner tried to hold, desperate to slow the onslaught, but Maidana wasn't having it. Even when his punches didn't land cleanly, he made sure Broner felt every ounce of force behind them. A grazing hook snapped Broner's head back, and Maidana surged forward, chasing him down like a predator closing in on its prey. It was one-way traffic, all heading in Maidana's direction. Broner's defense barely kept him afloat. Ducking, weaving, and clinging to Maidana like a lifeline, he survived the round, but not without scars. Maidana, meanwhile, never stopped coming, pouring his energy into every shot as if each punch carried a personal grudge. Then, as if to add insult to injury, Broner tried to reclaim some shred of control with a bizarre act of mockery, simulating a crude gesture in the corner. It didn't matter. Maidana answered the disrespect the only way he knew how, with a thundering right hand to Broner's jaw. Broner shrugged it off, feigning indifference, but the crowd could see through his bravado. Maidana's power was real, and it was only the first round. The bell rang and the scores were clear. 10-9 Maidana. It wasn't just a strong start, it was a statement. Broner may have entered the ring with all the confidence in the world, but by the end of the opening round, it was clear who was in charge. The bell for the second round rang, and Maidana wasted no time. He landed a hard jab followed by a monstrous left hook that connected flush. Down went Broner, his undefeated aura cracked in an instant. The Alamo Dome erupted, the crowd roaring as Broner staggered back to his feet. His legs betrayed him, shaky and unsteady, as if they too were in shock. But Maidana wasn't about to let him recover. Like a shark scenting blood, the Argentine swarmed, his punches coming from every angle. Lefts, rights, hooks, each thrown with such ferocity that when Maidana missed one, the sheer force sent him stumbling to the canvas himself. The crowd roared louder, electrified by the chaos. Broner clung desperately, holding on to survive, but Maidana tore through his defenses, raining down punishment. Uppercut snapped Broner's head back. Hook slammed into his ribs. For the first time in his career, Broner was in deep, uncharted waters, struggling to stay afloat against a relentless storm. Just when it seemed Maidana might overwhelm him completely, Broner found a brief lifeline. Clearing his head, he landed a clean left hook, halting Maidana's momentum for a moment. But the reprieve was short-lived. Maidana came forward again, relentless, his fists hammering Broner with uppercuts and hooks. The round ended with a thunderous right hand from Maidana that landed just before the bell. It was another dominant performance, another statement from the underdog. Score 10-9 Maidana, total 2018 Maidana. Broner, now wary of the danger he faced, tightened up his defense in the third round. His guard was sharper, his movements more calculated. Maidana, undeterred, leaped in with heavy shots, a right hand slamming into Broner's body. Forced onto the defensive, Broner tried to establish his jab, but Maidana's relentless combinations made it nearly impossible to gain any rhythm. Maidana charged forward, landing hooks and right hands with precision. A jab split through Broner's guard, keeping him on the back foot. Yet amidst the barrage, Broner began to show flashes of his skill. He found openings, landing a sharp counter right as Maidana targeted his body. The tide wasn't turning, but Broner was beginning to fight back. Maidana pressed on, landing a right to Broner's forehead, then digging into his body again. The physicality escalated as Maidana's elbow grazed Broner's face, prompting a retaliatory shove. The referee stepped in with a warning, but the tension in the ring was palpable. The round closed with Broner landing a clean left hook, his best punch of the fight so far. It wasn't enough to steal the round, but it showed he wasn't going down without a fight. Score 10-9 Maidana, total 30-27 Maidana. By this point, the pattern was clear. Maidana was dictating the fight, and Broner was struggling to keep up. But the story wasn't over yet, and the question lingered. Did Broner have anything left to turn this around? The energy in the arena crackles as Broner opens with crisp jabs to both head and body, showing flashes of his technical prowess. He rolls through Maidana's partial hooks, attempting to maintain his rhythm. Commentary analysis: Broner is trying to impose his slicker style early in the round, but Maidana's relentless pressure makes it hard to settle. Maidana misses with a sweeping left hook but doesn't relent, forcing Broner to exchange jabs. Suddenly, a monstrous left hook from Maidana lands clean, causing the crowd to erupt. Commentary analysis: Maidana's power shots are starting to find a home, and Broner's famed shoulder roll defense looks increasingly vulnerable. Maidana smartly alternates his attack, working both the head and the body with a barrage of punches. Another big left hook from Maidana crashes through Broner's defense as the round closes with an intense shoulder clash after the bell. Commentary analysis: it's clear that Maidana's aggression and versatility are overwhelming Broner, making it a dominant 10-9 round for Maidana. Maidana wastes no time, leading with a huge left hook that misses its mark, only for Broner to fire back with a razor-sharp right-hand counter. Broner is trying to gain control by relying on his counter-punching, but Maidana's relentless forward momentum keeps the pressure on. Broner begins to stand his ground, planting his feet and trading punches with the unrelenting Maidana. A sharp left hook from Broner lands, giving him a brief advantage. This is Broner's attempt to flip the script. He's taking more risks by engaging directly rather than relying solely on defense. Maidana, undeterred, ramps up the physicality, landing a flurry of hooks and driving Broner into a war of attrition. Broner answers with a flashy three-punch combination, showing signs of life, but Maidana's unyielding jab continues to disrupt his rhythm. The round becomes rougher, with Broner earning a referee warning for pushing Maidana's face with his elbow. Broner shows flashes of brilliance here, but his inability to sustain a consistent attack costs him. While he takes his round narrowly, Maidana remains the aggressor overall. The bell rings, with Broner's late left hook sealing a hard-fought 10-9 for him, 49-46 Maidana. Broner enters the round with renewed energy, increasing his punch output and meeting Maidana head-on. However, Maidana responds in typical fashion, dirty fighting on the inside with a brutal uppercut followed by a hook to the body. Maidana thrives in chaos, and Broner is being drawn into his kind of fight. This is where Maidana excels. Broner starts to find his groove, landing flashy combinations that spark cheers from his corner, yet Maidana's unrelenting body shots take their toll, landing two crushing hooks to Broner's midsection. While Broner is showing improvement, Maidana's consistency in targeting the body is beginning to wear him down. As the round progresses, Maidana delivers a devastating overhand right, followed by a clean shot to Broner's temple. Both fighters throw everything into the final moments, leaving the round razor close. Broner showed more confidence and output this round, but Maidana's power and persistence keep him in control. It's a tough call, but Maidana's dominance in key moments gives him the edge. 10-9, 59-55 Maidana. And here we go, folks. Maidana, with the fury of a man possessed, opens up with a 5-punch combination that echoes through the arena. The final right hand lands clean and heavy. Broner, the slick technician, is on his heels, but don't you dare count him out. He fights back with all the heart in the world, pushing Maidana off with all his might. Now he's starting to find his feet, working his jab, slipping through Maidana's barrage. But oh boy, Maidana just keeps coming. Every hook from him seems to land with intent, like a wrecking ball in the ring. Broner, showing his class, lands some sharp counters, but Maidana's relentless pressure is starting to take its toll. This round is a true test of will. Maidana 10-9, 69-64 Maidana. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because here it comes. Broner comes out strong, landing a stunning left counter hook. He's starting to show some flair. But wait, Maidana delivers a brutal right to the body and follows it up with a huge right hook that sends Broner crashing to the canvas. The crowd explodes as Broner gets to his feet, but the tension in the air is palpable. They're clinching. Broner's holding on for dear life. And what's this? Maidana's headbutt catches Broner's jaw. The point is deducted, but will it slow the momentum? Not a chance. Maidana's back to it, unloading everything he's got. Broner, though, answers with flashy combos, trying to regain control. But Maidana's like a freight train, steamrolling through every challenge. The point deduction, barely a blip on the radar compared to the punishment Maidana continues to dish out. Maidana 9-8, 78-72 Maidana. Here's the thing, folks. Maidana isn't just fighting for the win. He's fighting for a statement. The punches are flying from the opening bell. Maidana lands a jab followed by a massive right hand that pushes Broner to the ropes. Broner's defense is as slick as ever, ducking, rolling, and trying to escape. But it's clear, Maidana is everywhere, pushing, shoving, hammering with hooks and uppercuts. Broner's chin gets tested, and though he's showing grit, he's being battered. He tries to clinch, but Maidana's a bull in the ring, always coming forward, landing big shot after big shot. Broner, to his credit, refuses to fold, but he's on the ropes, and Maidana is just relentless. What a round for the Argentinian. Maidana 10-9, 88-81 Maidana. Maidana is just outworking Broner at this point. He's everywhere. The jab's landing, the hooks are flying, and Broner, despite his talent, can't seem to catch up. He's trying to stand his ground, but it's like trying to stop a tidal wave with a stick. Maidana's overhand right lands again, and Broner can't seem to get any rhythm going. He's in survival mode, just trying to land something clean, but Maidana's punching volume is too much. A couple of sharp counters from Broner, sure, but it's not enough to shift the tide. Maidana's work rate is overwhelming, and it's showing. Maidana 10-9, 98-90 Maidana. Now, folks, here comes the fun. Broner's been taking a beating, but he's not going down without a fight. A flashy 3-punch combo from Broner to start the round. Is he back? It's like watching a maestro at work, counter-punching with flair and precision. But wait, Maidana's not done. He leaps in with a left hook and pins Broner against the ropes. Oh, the ferocity of Maidana. But Broner's got some answers. His counters are looking sharp again, some nice right hands landing. But at the end of the day, Maidana's physicality is too much. He lands another crushing combination and proves why he's in charge of this fight. What a battle. Maidana 10-9, 108-99 Maidana. And this, folks, is what champions are made of. Broner, with nothing left to lose, steps up with a vengeance in the final round. He lands a solid 1-2 counter and pursues Maidana with all the desperation of a man fighting for his legacy. But Maidana, calm as ever, stays on his toes, responding with hard shots of his own. The two warriors trade punches in the center of the ring, the crowd roaring, the drama unfolding. Broner's trying to land the shot that will turn the tide, but Maidana's defense is airtight. Even as Broner lands a few nice shots, Maidana's unwavering pressure keeps him on the back foot. The round ends with both men swinging in the final seconds. What a show to finish off an unforgettable fight. Broner's undefeated record is shattered, and Maidana has shown the world his true power. Maidana 10-9, 117-109 Maidana. And there you have it, folks, an absolute war from start to finish. The crowd is buzzing, the atmosphere electric, but as the final bell rings, it's Maidana who emerges victorious. Broner, beaten but not broken, makes his exit from the ring to a chorus of boos, drinks flying through the air. Broner's mystique is gone. The question now is, who can stop Maidana? What a fight, what a night, and what a story. I couldn't stop laughing maniacally as Maidana pummeled Broner. It wasn't just about the fight, it was the pure spectacle of it all. Maidana, the quiet workhorse, had dismantled the loudmouth champ in front of the world. It was satisfying, humbling, and utterly entertaining. If Broner had won, would he have gotten a lucrative fight with Floyd Mayweather? Maybe. But part of me believes Broner would have avoided Floyd his whole career, pulling some nonsense like, "That's my brother, we don't fight family." Instead, Maidana got the call, earning 2 bouts with Mayweather in 2014. Broner, for his part, kept talking. He invoked his rematch clause, calling for war and claiming he'd been out-hustled, not beaten. But by then, the damage was done. Broner's reputation as the next great champion had been replaced by something else. Proof that in boxing, you can talk all you want, but eventually, you'll have to back it up. I'll admit it, I love shit talkers in boxing. They keep things interesting, but I love it even more when the sport delivers poetic justice. Adrien Broner's humbling at the hands of Marcos Maidana was a masterclass in why we watch boxing. The thrill of the unexpected, the clash of styles, and the satisfaction of seeing hubris meet its match. So here's my call to action. Watch this fight again even if you've seen it before. Relive the chaos, the drama, and the sheer satisfaction of that night. And the next time someone tells you boxing isn't exciting anymore, remind them of December 14th, 2013. That's the night the problem met his solution.